Libra Souls. Welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you are here. My name is Nikki, and I use my clairaudient and channeling abilities to help people find the magic within. I channel messages from creative expressions such as movies, books, and music. And I am excited and honored to be doing this reading for you today. For this series, I will be channeling messages from urban legends. And I am so excited for these readings. And anytime a horror themed, spooky idea comes to me to channel messages from, I know there are some shadow aspects that Spirit wants to bring through to help you on your journey. So I was inspired to do this reading because last weekend I went garage selling with my uncle, his wife, and my cousin Kennick. And at one of the garage sales, I came across this book, Encyclopedia of Urban Legends. And there's a lot of information in here. So this is what inspired this video. And I only paid $1 for this. That was a steal. And I'm excited to read this in its totality as well. But how this reading will work is there are 496 pages in this book, and I will be using a random number generator that Spirit will choose a page number from this book, and we will see what urban legend we will be channeling some messages from today. And then I will do an intuitive card reading to get some additional messages. So let's see what your urban legend is, Libra. We have page 460. So let's go to that page in this book and see what we got. Wow. It just says urban legend, and this little synopsis is about the movie Urban Legend, the horror film. Very cool. And I'm going to read what this says to you, and then I'm going to see what I feel as I'm reading it to see what messages are coming across. The film Urban Legend, sometimes incorrectly cited as Urban Legends, was released in 1998 by TriStar Pictures and directed by Jamie Blanks. Starring in the film were Alicia Witt, Rebecca Gayheart, Jared Leto, Michael Rosenbaum, Joshua Jackson, and Tara Reid. Set on a fictional New England college campus, Urban Legend depicts members of a folklore class who suspect, after their study of contemporary legends, that a series of disappearances and murders have been following urban legend plots. They research the topic, pursue various innocent suspects, and eventually discover the truth, that a student in their own class is the killer. Their folklore instructor, Professor Wexler, is played by horror film veteran Robert Englund. His character, once a suspect, becomes another of the killer's victims. Some academics might say he deserved to die for his stereotyped portrayal of a folklorist whose major goal seems to be to browbeat and frighten his students. And he was also the actor that played Freddy Krueger. The horror legends selected for dramatic portrayal in Urban Legend were selected from folklorists' publications, as evidenced both by references in publicity material for the film and by the titles applied to legends in the script. If a particular legend does not usually contain a murder, the film's writers supplied one. The then non-existent work encyclopedia of urban legends appears in one scene, shelved in the college library next to actual urban legend collections. Urban Legend, although panned by most film reviewers, did reasonably well at the box office, earning at least as much as several other teenage slasher films of the past. Its concluding scenes, with the killer escaping and a new group of students discussing the legends and murders of the past, strongly hints at a sequel. One Hollywood producer who was pitching another film project involving urban legends characterized urban legend with understandable, if exaggerated, disdain. As a model of everything we don't want our films to be, writing, directing, and acting were uniformly poor, and the final product was of no possible interest to anyone over the age of 20. The quasi-sequel to Urban Legend, titled Urban Legend's Final Cut, was released in 2000. One reviewer described it as a dim-witted hodgepodge that puts the ick in the flick. Although an Urban Legend film is supposedly being produced as the main element in the plot of Final Cut, only one actual legend is depicted, a particularly nasty rendition of the kidney heist. So interesting, Libra. I don't know if you have seen that film. It is a really fun horror film. I highly recommend it. It's a lot of entertaining it has a lot of entertaining moments in it. And I watched it not too long ago. So I definitely recommend that. You might see that there's some messages in there that resonate with you as well. So Spirit is pointing out that film for some reason, and there were a few intuitive hits I was getting as I read that, but we will see what your cards say and bring the messages through. So I'm going to set this down here. The first deck of cards that we are using is the Fairy Oracle deck. Thank you, Spirit. What are your additional messages for my Libra souls? This came right out. We have Come Together. Fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Working as a team helps get the job done. Next, we'll pull a card from the Light Seer Tarot. Thank you, Spirit. What else? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Next, we'll pull a card from the Cosmic Journey Oracle. Thank you, Spirit. What else? Your cards are flying everywhere, Libra. We have the Phoenix rises into joyful abundance. And your final card will come from the Angel Answers deck. Thank you, Spirit. What's your final messages for my Libra souls? We have a very adamant no. So in this deck of cards, there are 2 no cards and 2 yes cards. There's one that just says no, and then there's one with no with an exclamation point. So this is an adamant no to something in your life right now, Libra. Okay, so what I'm being drawn to first and foremost here, Libra, is the Come Together card. Spirit is really emphasizing you working with other people, collaborating with others. When you work with other people, all of your light ripples out into the world in an even more powerful way. You're meant to work with other people who have, I can see, psychic abilities, who also have healing abilities, spread the word in a very powerful, positive way. Working with others is part of your soul's mission here. And from the urban legend story that we had here on page 460, what I'm drawn to was how at the what I'm drawn to here is at the beginning of this, how it goes into talking about the film Urban Legend that was filmed in 1998. But it refers to all of the cast of characters: Alicia Witt, Rebecca Gayheart, Jared Leto, Michael Rosenbaum, Joshua Jackson, and Tara Reid. How all of these actors made this film so much fun. And this is a cult classic in its own right. And it took that team of people coming together to really infuse into the story what they were hoping to achieve, whatever the screenplay, the director, the producers were trying to communicate with this film. And when you watch this film, you can tell they are having so much fun with it. And this is what Spirit wants to emphasize to you, that as you're aligning with your soul tribe, as you're aligning with the people you are meant to serve your mission here with, you're going to have so much fun. It's going to flow. It's going to be easy. But right now, if you find that you're in an energy where you feel like you're doing everything on your own, rest assured that that is serving a purpose in its own right as well. But you're not meant to do everything on your own. You're meant to work with other people. So if you are creating content right now, Spirit is saying to share it so that people can see you. Don't just create content and then think that everything is going to just be attracted to you. You do have to put yourself out there so people can see what you're creating. Because when you're excited about what you're creating and you share it in a very passionate way, people pick up on that from you. And that is what draws people to what you are creating in the world, Libra. Another thing that I was drawn to here, like there was a lot of talk about how in that film there was a classmate who was a killer. Like when I was reading that, I was not picking up on any vibes with that certain energy. What I was drawn to more so was how people really were judgmental about this film, some people. And they said things like at the bottom here, this one put the ick in flick. Like not everybody resonated with this film. And it did get some disdain reviews. So a shadow aspect that Spirit is revealing right now is one of receiving a bad critique or a bad review. Spirit is saying to let that go, because this film still did very well despite some of the bad reviews that it received. And what's very interesting about this is that before I read any of these descriptions in this book, I thought they were all going to be urban legends themselves, but no. Some of them are about films that were about urban legends, or certain urban legend like myths that took place in certain cultures. So I found that very interesting. So your urban legend isn't really an urban legend per se, but it is bringing messages through from the urban legend film. And when I go into your cards deeper here and get a clairaudient reading, I'm going to see what specific scenes from that film that Spirit is showing me, because I channel messages from films. So there's messages in this film that Spirit is wanting to bring across here. But that was what I was picking up first and foremost from this little blurb here. Is it says, one Hollywood producer who was pitching another film project involving urban legends, characterized as a model of everything we don't want our films to be. Writing, directing, and acting were uniformly poor, and the final product was of no possible interest to anyone over the age of 20. So this Hollywood producer was just shooting down this film. So Spirit is showing me that there is some fears here about what other people may say about what you are doing, or critiquing your work, and feelings of a fear of failure, thinking that people aren't resonating with what you're creating, and that's not true. Keep doing you. Do not worry about comments like this. And when these comments do come up, it's about choosing to respond instead of react, holding your ground, and being that neutralizer of energy that you are, Libra, because you bring balance. You neutralize energy in a very powerful way. So that was the main message from there that I was receiving. Let's look at your cards here. The Phoenix rises into joyful abundance. Look at that. Yeah. As you continue to do you and let go of any thoughts that you may care what somebody else may be saying about what you're doing, the more you let that go, you're rising into a phoenix. The more you allow yourself to come together with people and work with other people, realizing you don't have to do it all on your own, that there is support all around you available, choosing to change your perception to see the love and support. When we ask empowering questions, the universe will answer with empowering answers. So it's about asking, instead of saying, for example, why is my soul tribe not here yet? Why am I not progressing quicker with my business or progressing quicker with the content I'm creating or this passion project that I am working on? Why aren't things moving forward here? It's because those are the wrong questions being asked. Instead, ask the empowering questions. Universe, how am I loved and supported right now? Why am I aligning so quickly with my divine connections and my soul tribe? How do I make money so easily? How do I let go of what I need to let go of so easily? How am I abundant, universe? Why is my life so amazing? And then the universe answers you, and it is very beautiful and it is very powerful. So, what type of questions are you asking right now, Libra? With the Knight of Pentacles, it's like you're leaving a legacy of value behind you. Like, as the guy's walking on the card here, see all of the coins that he's just leaving in his wake. It's like you leave value everywhere you go. I'm seeing that you always leave somebody better off than you left them, is what I feel. And there's also something very powerful here about animals. Animals, you may find, follow you. See how the horse is following the guy in the card here? It's because you're emitting a very high vibration. And the Knight of Pentacles does have a youthful type energy, and I feel like people pick up on this from you. So you may be connecting with your inner child a lot more and tapping into that joyful presence and just leaving this legacy of value everywhere you go. And I'm seeing that sometimes you do this in secret as well, which is very powerful. And it doesn't leave a prideful, boastful energy out in the world when you give in secret or you do something for someone that puts a smile on their face. It's those small little moments that really do matter. And those are the moments that we take with us and we remember the most, even after we're long gone from our time here on earth. So, very powerful energy coming through with the Knight of Pentacles. I am wondering what Spirit is saying no to here. So I would like to open up my clairaudience, see if there's any scenes specifically coming from the movie Urban Legend. Thank you, Spirit. What are you saying no to? Okay, I'm being shown Rebecca Gayhart's character in the film Urban Legend. So there may be some toxic feminine energy around you right now. Someone who is trying to get you to do something you don't want to do, or someone that it's time to walk away from. Because Rebecca Gayhart, her character in that film is very toxic. And if you watch the film, you will see what I mean. But I'm seeing, in order for your soul tribe to come together, there are some people that you have to let go of. There's some people you have to walk away from. And you'll recognize these people because these people leave you feeling draining. Whereas you're the person where you're leaving value everywhere you go. Whoever this person is leaving like toxic energy behind them. And that's, I'm not saying that from a judgmental place. This is just where they are at on their soul's journey, where this is, they haven't come into the consciousness about this yet. But we are the product of the 5 people that we hang around. So if there are people in your wake right now that are draining your energy, feeding off of you, where you're giving your all, it's not an equal give and take. This person puts you down, or they do something that just completely shocks you and blindsides you, and it leaves you feeling depleted. Spirit is saying to pay attention to that. How does this person make you feel? What are your emotions when you hang out with this person? Okay, I am feeling very strongly for a lot of you. It is a female friend, a female person in your lineage. It could be your mother, your sister, some cousins, some aunts. Very strongly, they're just showing me Rebecca Gayheart in urban legend. So take that as it resonates. Any other things you're saying no to? I feel like there's something else here, Spirit. Thank you. They're showing me like a cowboy with a lasso, like throwing a rope and catching something. What are you pointing out here, Spirit? Okay, there's this energy of chasing after something, being attached to something. Whatever wants to leave your life, let it go. Drop the lasso. Don't throw it and try to catch something that's wanting to leave your life. Whatever wants to leave, let it go, okay? Because that's like with throwing the lasso and grabbing onto something and pulling it back to you. This is an attachment energy that is not serving you, okay? And what it's doing is it's creating an energy of control, of forcing outcomes. And this is why Spirit is saying no, don't chase, let go. Because what is moving out of your life is making way for you to come together with those that you are meant to serve your soul mission with. Those that are meant to be part of your soul tribe, that have always been part of your soul tribe. So let go of what you need to let go of and continue to rise into the powerful phoenix that you are, Libra. So that is all that I am seeing. Those are your messages. If your reading resonated, if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. I am honored to have done this reading for you. If you liked any of the decks of cards that I used for this reading, I am also linking those in the description box down below. Also, I do a podcast with 4 amazing women called the Slumber Party Massacre Podcast. All of the episodes are on Anchor. And doing this podcast with these women, it has been so empowering, so accepting. We talk about real and authentic things, but also about our love for scary movies. So if that's something that you resonate with, I will drop that link in the description box down below as well. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.